Hey guys, Thunder E here, and remember our NZXT S340 build. Today I'm going to be talking about the motherboard, which is part of that build. Of course, one of the main components of any system build you do in there, because our Skylake build, of course, required a brand new board, and this is a Z170 board because the chipset is 1151, and we're talking about the Gigabyte Z170X-UD5. That's the motherboard there on the left with all the different components that we do have for this build. Looking at it there, first of all, the heatsink layout I really like on this board. This is a board that gives you a lot of features, a lot of things packed into it. So you've got 4 DIMM slots for DDR4. I can go up to 32 gigabytes on there. And we take a look at it here. We've got 3 PCIe slots there as PCIe slots. We also do have a built-in amp. So for audio guys like myself, you really get a bang for your buck. Now, what's really cool about this board is the M.2 slots. It's the 3rd generation M.2 slots. This is what we're using right now on this build. And it's great because it limits the amount of storage, extra storage you put around in your build. You can actually make it more streamlined. Now the ports at the back there, you do have USB 3.0, USB 3.1, USB Type-C with USB 3.1, USB 2.0 ports. You've got a HDMI, DVI port, 2 Ethernet, Gigabyte Ethernet jacks. Now the HDMI does 4K, so you can do 4K. You've got, of course, your plethora of optical cables there. That, of course, is the socket chipset there, and you've got, of course, your eSAT. You've got the new eSAT standard there, eSAT Extreme, so which gives you a faster bandwidth and speed. In all, this is a really nice board which you can actually use for gaming, which a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, this is a board that you can do some overclocking with, some of the software that Gigabyte provides on here. And it's nice to see that something like this actually can get you there. Now, price range, it's priced about $179, $180. You can pick it up either Newegg or Amazon. So it's really a cost-effective board on there, and you know, that's something I think a lot of people like. Now, looking at the board in our build, taking a closer look there, you can see how we've set everything up. 4 DIMMs of 32 gigabytes. We're running our CPU on there. We're actually running 2 GTX 980 cards. Now, if you're wondering what the full specs for this build will be, there's a PC part picker link at the bottom. You can definitely check it out there. Now, you can also see the M.2s on there. I really like this board for that. I've tried using M.2s on different boards. I've had issues. The new M.2 interface they have and the drivers for it really do a good job in making this handle very, very well and giving you some really good performance all around. So on that aspect, I'm really pleased on what this board can do. Now, taking a look at the BIOS there, you've got the visual BIOS, which makes it easier for you to navigate around your BIOS system there. You can go your system information, BIOS features, peripherals, chipsets, power, configure, of course, your boot up options and things like that. So you have all those things there, and it also gives you your system information. You can also do a fast boot on this system. So right now, I'm not running a fast boot, and I'm getting some really good fast boot times. If you do fast boot, it literally is about 5 to 7 seconds, I will say. Now, this is a dual boot, dual BIOS boot motherboard, so you can actually have two BIOS options there, UEFI, and, built into it. So I like all those features. It makes it a little bit more robust for a motherboard for you to have. If you're someone who likes to do, overclocking, tinker around with your system, not just a specific build, but if you want to do much more with that, the BIOS allows you to do that. And some of also the tuning softwares for overclocking that Gigabyte provides allows you to do much more. As we can see here with the Gigabyte Intel Easy Tune software, what it allows you to do is basically overclock your system. So you download it from Gigabyte's website, or you can use the CD that's provided. It shows you your system information. You get all the information, more detailed breakdown, graphic card you're running, things like that. And right off the bat, you can also the basic tuning allows you to just overclock the cores and the cache through a slider option. You can do a benchmark test run. You can see the improvements afterwards on there. You've got advanced tuning, which gives you more flexibility in tuning and customizing all the different aspects. And I mean, if you really know what you're doing, you can mess around with the software. If you don't, the basic tuning actually helps you in just gauging that. Now, when we actually did a benchmark of our system without tuning, we got the 1,000 1281, not that great. Of course, you can mess around with it and do little things more on there, and that's something that's really nice. I actually appreciate using the software here. Now, we also did benchmark of our M.2s just on the board, seeing what we got, and we got close to the M.2 speeds there. We're using Kingston M.2s on there. We've got 498 for read, 302 for write. So write's a little slower than expected, but again, in line with what you would expect from the M.2s from the manufacturer. So I like the fact that the M.2 ports are functioning close to what you would expect, from the system. Now, in closing, I'm going to do a gameplay session of Dying Light. You're going to see my system specs again when I'm running, the configuration and all that fun stuff, so you guys get a good idea of how the system will handle in gaming, because eventually if you're building something like this and using this board, you definitely want to game with it and see the functionality. So we're going to showcase that. Now, I appreciate you guys watching. I apologize for having this late, and also don't forget, guys, we do have a giveaway going on now, which is our giveaway with Plantronics. Definitely enter the giveaway. I'll have a link for you guys down below so you can enter that. But for now, I am going to say thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel. Always enjoy your entertainment and enjoy our gameplay video of Dying Light on our build.
And wait, most of the drops seem to fall exactly in that area.